9 here, Big 550 KTRS. Dynagreen is my lawn fertilizer of choice. A lot of people coming up to me saying it's a service. It's not a service, but Chris Erwin is with us from Dynagreen. It's fertilizer that anybody can buy.
That's right. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. And yeah, that's exactly right. It's a service, or I mean, it's a product that anybody can buy.
Right.
Go to your local lawn and garden dealer here in St. Louis. You can pick it up, and it will walk you through everything on the back.
And you have made it McGraw proof, so even I can do it.
That is very true. We've made it McGraw proof.
All right,
which is hard.
R&D spend a lot of money making it McGraw proof. Okay, so we've been through number 1. We're in the middle of number 2. What are we doing now?
So the great part about number 2 is you have 2 options. We have the step number 2, which is your long-lasting with UMax, which is a slow-release nitrogen. The supplement to the number 2 is going to be your long-lasting with Viper.
Right.
So that's going to take care of your broad-leaf weeds.
Right. Does that include dandelions?
It includes dandelions. Dandelions, chickweed, ground ivy, those types of things that you see, that will take care of all those, yeah.
So right now, if you see a bunch of dandelions in your yard and a bunch of broadleaf and little clovers too, right? You see a lot of those clovers?
That's right.
That Viper will sort of start to take care of that.
It will, and the key to that, we talked a little bit about this last week, but the key to that is do not mow your grass before you put the Viper down.
Right.
Because it's what's going to happen is the granular product is going to stick to the weed, and then it's going to kill the weed from the top down instead of root up. So it's real important that you make sure that you that you put it on there with water on the grass.
So once you put it down, have it down for 24 hours or so.
Right. Absolutely, perfect.
And then mow.
Right.
You mentioned chickweed. What is that, and what does it look like?
Well, so there's a bunch of different types. You can Google it. It would be better than try to explain it. But a lot of it is going to start. Dandelion, obviously, everybody knows about.
Right.
As the yellow, once it goes, you do not want it to get to the white phase. That's what's going to spread its seed.
Right.
So the ground ivy, you're going to see it crawling across the ground. You're going to see the chickweed coming up with a little tassel at the top. Those types of things. Yeah.
Okay, and so I was at Ann's greenhouse on Mexico Road, and she was telling me that I could add number 2 every month. Is that true?
You could, yeah. It's going to carry a 4 to 6 month cycle to, slow release nitrogen to feed your lawn all summer long.
Right.
But you absolutely can. It depends on how green you want your lawn, how long you want it to stay. Again, we're working on the soil underneath, so it's very important that you make sure that we're taking care of that. Again, we talked a little bit about mowing too.
Right.
If you scalp your yard, you're going to have short roots underneath.
Right.
So you want to make sure you keep your yard longer. It'll help in the drought part that we're preparing for in the middle of July and August.
So the more you put the 2 down every, say, 4 weeks or so, the better you're making your dirt underneath the grass.
The better you're giving your nutrients. It's just like you and I, right? So you and I have to eat to stay healthy and stay alive. That's the food for the grass, and the grass is a plant. So what you want to make sure you do is that you're not doing it all the time, right? So you're not doing it every week, and it's going to get better. But you're just making sure you're feeding your lawn, and that's very important.
Good. So every 4 weeks, you can add the number 2 down again.
Sure, absolutely.
And so since I don't have any weeds, I just add the number 2, step 2?
Right, step 2.
Step 2. But if the weeds start 25% of your lawn or more, get the Viper.
That's right. So when you go into the store and you look at it, the step 2 is a green bag, right?
Right.
And the one with Viper is purple. So that way you know when you're looking. So the purple has the Viper on it, and the green bag will say clearly step 2 on it, long lasting.
And you also say that reseeding might not be a bad idea either this time of year.
This is really a good time to seed. We always talk about seeding, and fall is the very best time to seed because of the temperatures and the weather. But this is the supplement to it. This would be a good time to spot seed it. Or you have a whole new lawn, you're starting over again, and you need to do that, right? This is a perfect time with the climate, the water we're going to get, the cooler temperatures, and then good full sun during the day. Great time to let it germinate. But don't use Viper if you're going to seed.
What about grass clippings?
Sure. Now, here's this is a really good debate, right? Because a lot of people pick up the leaves or pick up the clippings and throw them away.
Right.
You're throwing away more nitrogen, more water in those clippings. Those clippings are good for the grass.
So leave them.
Leave them, unless you're not mowing but once every 3 months.
Right, and you got giant clumps.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. But cut it and then let it fall back down into earth, and then that'll then replenish your yard.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Don't take the
Makes
grass
sense.
clippings. You're taking all the nutrients away from the grass.
You absolutely are. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. How long and how often should we water?
So right now you don't need to, because you're getting good water, you're getting good dew in the morning and the evening. So if you want to throw it on once a day, that's fine. If you want to throw it, you want to do it in natural cycles.
Right.
So morning or evening. Morning's always the best.
Right.
But you can now.
I'm doing it 3 days a week, 15 minutes a day.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
For my carpet, my Dynagreen carpet.
That's right.
My shag carpet.
It looks like it.
Where do we get Dynagreen?
You go to the website, go to dynagreeninfo.com, and on the website it'll show you where all of our dealers are in St. Louis. We talked a little bit last week about St. Peter's Hardware of Alton,
Right.
which is a new Dynagreen dealer on the Illinois side of the river, so
Sure.
we're very excited about that.
Yeah.
But go to the website, it'll tell you where all our Dynagreen dealers are, and you can go there.
It's a great website, dynagreeninfo.com, all that. And then every single person who works at these local independent lawn and garden dealers has been schooled by you guys, so
Right.
they're well versed.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So we go out before the season, we train all these folks, any of their new hires they're going to have in the season when it gets heavy for them, talking about what our product is, why it's important, and being a St. Louis-based product.
Can you go to a big box store and get Dynagreen?
You cannot, no way.
Right. Yeah. You guys support the local companies.
Support the local independent garden centers.
Great. And my carpet looks fantastic in my yard. It is great. It's a different color green. It's Dynagreen.
It's
That's what it
Dynagreen.
is. It's not just green. It's Dynagreen.
It does look great.
Yeah, it really does. Chris, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
7:45, traffic, weather, sports, and the Hubble telescope turns 25. That's all coming up next on KT.